All right, hi friends, it's good to see you. Today what we're going to do is we're going to continue talking about those pronouns I and me, those names or those words that we use when we're talking about ourselves in a sentence and we're not using our names, okay? So for example, if I use our story that we listened to yesterday, Old MacDonald had a wood shop. If I was thinking about the characters, or if I were thinking to myself, whom is this story about? I think this story is about Old MacDonald. Okay? I wouldn't say Mrs. Rooney thinks this story is about Old MacDonald. Instead of the name Mrs. Rooney, I would use the word I, the pronoun I. If someone asked me if I was wanted to explain what Old MacDonald was like, I would say she seemed like a hard worker, a good builder, and a good friend to me. I wouldn't say to Mrs. Rooney. I would use, instead of my name, I would use, she seemed like a kind friend and a good builder to me. Okay? So today what we're going to do is we're going to practice using we're going to practice using I and me when we want to take the place of our name in a sentence. Okay? All right, so let's take a look over at my board here. Okay, I'm going to move this for a second so you can take a look at my board right here, okay? And I have those words up at the top, those pronouns, right? Those pronouns. Those pronouns are what we use to take place when we're talking about ourselves, either at the beginning of a sentence or at the end of a sentence, okay? So I'm going to write this sentence on the board. You can read it as I'm writing it. I can run fast. Okay? I can run fast. If I look at that sentence, this word is I. I'm going to circle it. That is my pronoun. That is always going to be uppercase. One, it's at the beginning of a sentence, but also it's like my name. I'm taking that and putting that in there instead of saying Mrs. Rooney can run fast. I'm using the pronoun I. I can run fast. Okay? Now, if I write this sentence, who will run with me? The pronoun taking the place of a name here is the pronoun me. Who will run with Mrs. Rooney? No, I would say who will run with me. Okay? All right, so let's practice. And I'm going to put a sentence up. And I want you to tell me. I'm going to write this sentence. Okay. Oh, let me put a period there. Okay. And I'm going to write All right, let's take a look at this first sentence. Let's sound it out. All in. Lynn hops with. Lynn hops with who? Lynn hops with me or I? Which would I use there? Me. Very good. Lynn hops with me. Very good. Okay. Let's sound this one out. K and can, am, Sam, skip with blank. Can Sam skip with me? Very good. Oh, and that should be a question mark, right? Because he's asking a question. Can Sam skip with me? All right. What we're going to do right now is we're going to work on our pronoun worksheet. Okay? So let's go ahead and get our name written up at the top. Okay, let's get our name written up at the top. Okay, now let's take a look. Pronouns, I and me, okay? Put your finger on number 1. Blank can sing songs. Which pronoun would we use there? Blank can sing songs. I'm going to go ahead and pause and you write the pronoun I or me that we would use there. Okay, did you choose I can sing songs? Good job. All right, let's look at number 2. Pam hit the ball to blank. Pam hit the ball to blank. Which pronoun would we use there? Pam hit the ball to, I'm going to pause while you go ahead and write. Pam hit the ball to me. Good job. All right. Let's look at number 3. The dog ran by blank. The dog ran by blank. The dog ran by, okay, I'm going to pause and put which pronoun the dog ran by, and you fill in the pronoun. Okay, what did we put? The dog ran by me. Good job. All right, let's look at this last one. Blank like to read books. Blank like to read books. Which pronoun would we use there? I or me? Blank like to read books. Okay, you fill in the pronoun. I'm going to pause. Okay, we would say, I like to read books. Very good. All right, your job now is you have a box down at the bottom. I would like you to choose one of those sentences right there and go ahead and illustrate that sentence. You could choose, I can sing songs. Pam hit the ball to me. You could draw the dog ran by me. Or you could do, I like to read books. Okay? So choose one of those sentences and you're going to illustrate that. Okay? All right, good job on pronouns. Now, you can pause and you can either go do that now or you can do that after we do our next part of our lesson, okay? So you can choose. You can either pause now and go illustrate your picture and finish that, which is more than fine with Mrs. Rooney, or you can stay and we'll do the next part of our lesson and then you can go back to that, okay? All right, so the reason why we were also practicing the pronoun I today is because we're going to talk about facts and opinions today. Facts and opinions, okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to open up in your Skills Buddy book. I'm going to ask you to open up to page 49 in your orange triangle, okay? Go ahead and look for that. I'll give you time while you look for that in your Readers and Writers. Not your Readers and Writers, I apologize. In your Skills Buddy. And go ahead and open up to page 47. Mrs. Rooney's going crazy. 49 in the orange triangle, okay? Okay. So on this page, we're going to talk about fact and opinions, okay? And the reason why we're talking about the word I is because I and you, I can give my opinion on something. I can also state a fact. When we listen for a fact or state something that is a fact, we're listening for something that is true for everyone. For everyone. For example, this marker is blue. That's a fact. It's blue. If you look at it, it's blue. Okay? The cap is blue, the inside is blue, the marking is blue. If I draw with it for blue, it's blue. Every person who takes this marker and draws with it, it's going to be blue. Okay, that's a fact. All right? An opinion is something that only some people believe. So if I said, this marker is really pretty, not everybody's going to believe that. Some people don't like the color blue. Some people don't think the color blue is pretty. They think the color red is pretty. So my opinion is, this is a pretty marker. The fact is, it's a blue marker. That's true for everyone. Like I said, anyone who picks up this marker and writes with it, it's going to be blue. My opinion is, I think this is a pretty marker. If someone doesn't like the color blue, they're not going to believe it's a pretty marker. They're not being mean to me. They're not being rude. They just don't share my opinion. They don't believe that this marker is a pretty marker. And that's okay. Everybody can have their own opinions. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about fact and opinions, because it's important to understand when we're reading something, whether the author is stating a fact or an opinion. So, in our story, Old MacDonald yesterday, Old MacDonald seemed like a hard worker and a good friend. Have we met Old MacDonald? No. But that's the author's opinion of her. Did she build a farm? She did. That's a fact. It was right there. We saw it. That was a fact. Everyone that looked at that picture in the story of the little farm that she built would see that she built a little farm. That was a fact. Now, we talked about Old MacDonald and said she was a hard worker and a kind friend. Those are things that we believed. So those are our opinions of her. We haven't met her. We don't know if she really is a hard worker, but our opinion of her is that she was a hard worker and she was a kind friend because she built something for her friends. But the fact is, she did build that little barn or that little farm for her friends. You could see it. It was right there, okay? We didn't really see her being a hard worker and we didn't really see her being a kind friend, but we know that she did these things. So our opinion is she's a hard worker and a kind friend. All right? Now, today is Wednesday. That is a fact. No matter who you are, today is Wednesday. If you look at the calendar, we did the calendar this morning at Circle. It is Wednesday. That is a fact for all of us. It is a Wednesday. Now, if I say, I think today is wonderful because I'm here with you. Okay? I'm here with you today, and I think it's wonderful because I'm here with you. Now, while that's very true, That is my opinion. If somebody has to walk home today and it's pouring down rain, are they going to think it's a wonderful day? They're going to believe something different, right? So, me saying today is a wonderful day because I'm here with you, that's my opinion, and I truly do believe it. But that's my opinion. But if someone is walking home or has to work outside today and say, for example, it's pouring down rain or it's snowing really hard or it's really, really cold outside and they have to be outside, they might not be thinking that it's a wonderful day, okay? So when we read something, it's really important to understand if it's a fact, if it's true for everybody, no matter what, or do only some people believe in it and it's an opinion, okay? So for example, let's take a look at our skills buddy, okay? All right, so page 49 up at the top, all right? Okay, now, when I'm listening for a fact or an opinion, if I'm listening for a fact or I'm reading something and I want to figure out if it's a fact, I'm going to ask myself, is this true for everyone? Or if it's an opinion, is this something that only some people may think or believe? Okay? So, let's take a look up at the top. Let's look at the dog, okay? He's a very smart dog because look what he's doing. He's opening the door, okay? If I say that, if we're all looking at this picture, is that true for everyone? If you're looking closely at that picture, is that a fact? Is his his paw on the handle pushing it down and opening that door? That's a fact. Everybody that would look at this picture, everybody that's looking at this picture can see his paw on that handle opening that door, right? That is a fact, okay? Now, if I look and I say, oh, that is the smartest dog in the world. Is that true for everyone that would be looking at this dog? Or is that my opinion that he must be the smartest dog in the world? Well, let's think about it. I could be looking at this going, that's a naughty dog. I can't believe that dog's opening the door and letting itself out. It doesn't behave. It's scratching the door. Okay? That's very different from me saying, that is the smartest dog in the world. So I may believe that it's the smartest dog in the world, but not everybody's going to believe that. Somebody else might be going, that's a really naughty dog, or that's a really misbehaved dog, which is different, okay? The fact is, the dog is opening the door. I'm looking at that. There's no denying that. He has his hand on the handle and he's opening that door. My opinion is, he's the smartest dog in the world. But somebody else may have a different opinion and say, he's not a well-behaved dog. Okay? Let's take a look at the picture down below. All right. The dog is hopping. The dog is hopping. Is the dog hopping in this picture? Absolutely. That's a fact. I'm looking at the little arrows there, the way people draw things. He's hopping. Now, if I say, oh, he's the happiest dog ever. Do we know that for a fact? Or is that my opinion? That's my opinion. I don't know if he's the happiest dog ever. Well, knowing what I know about dogs, if they're hopping, then yeah, they might be happy. Could he be hungry and running to get food? That would make him a hungry dog, which is different than the happiest dog. I don't really know why he's hopping, so anything I would say about why he's hopping would be my opinion. But my fact is, something that everybody could believe is, he's hopping. He's hopping, okay? All right, so we're going to practice facts and opinions, okay? If what I say can be believed by everyone, then you're going to put an X. That's a fact. Everyone is going to believe it. If it's an opinion, something that I believe, but maybe you don't because it might not be the same thing for you, you're going to put your hand up, okay? These are going to be a little trickier, okay? All right, so let's try the first one. Bats, meaning those, like those Halloween ones or the ones that lives in caves, bats can fly. Bats can fly. Okay? That is a fact. Bats can fly. You can look it up. Everyone can read it. It's not somebody's thoughts or what they believe. Bats can fly. Okay? That is a fact. All right? The sun is hot. The sun up in the sky is very, very hot. That is a fact. The sun is hot. It's not what I believe. It's not what you believe. It is a fact. We can look it up. It is hot. Okay? Uh-oh. Some of you are going to tell me that this is a fact, and I already know 2 people in our class that are going to tell me that this is a fact, but you got to listen very carefully because you have to remember it has to be believed by everyone. Football is fun to play. Okay, now, it has to be a fact. It has to be believed by everyone. Even if you think it's believed by everyone, you have to really think about it. Does every person believe this? Football is fun to play. That's an opinion, okay? You can't look it up. You can't prove it. You can't say everybody thinks football is fun to play. I'm not even going to tell you what Mrs. Rooney's opinion is because I will be your least favorite teacher then, specifically for 2 of my friends. All right. Frogs can be green. Think about frogs and think about what everybody would believe about frogs. Frogs can be green. That's a fact. They can be. Yep, exactly. All right. Now this is a tricky one. Okay. Maybe I won't. I'm going to go ahead and ask it. And then I'll explain why I'm asking it. Okay. My mom is the best mom. My mom is the best mom. Okay, now listen, watch what Mrs. Rooney does for this one. Fact or opinion? Am I going to put an X for a fact or raise my hand for an opinion? My mom is the best mom. Okay, don't get mad at Mrs. Rooney. I know your moms are the best moms. My mom is the best mom. I like to think I could be a pretty good mom too. That is, oh, Patrick just shouted yes. He's a very smart child. That is an opinion, okay? Because if I say my mom is the best mom, and that's a fact, that means that everybody believes that my mom is the best mom of all. But you believe your mom is the best mom. Your friends believe their mom is the best mom. So that is an opinion. It can be a fact in your house, and I'm okay with that. But the statement, my mom is the best mom, that's an opinion, okay? Because everybody wants to believe their mom is the best mom. So everybody can't believe that your mom is the best mom because that wouldn't work that way, okay? So that is definitely opinion. All right, here is what you're going to put on Flipgrid for me. You have to think very carefully about this. Pizza is very good. Fact or opinion? And listen carefully as I say this. If you say it's a fact, that means everybody in the world believes that pizza is very good. If it's an opinion, it means you believe pizza is very good, but other people might not. And I can tell you in my house, someone likes it, somebody won't even touch it. So think very carefully. Is And I want your answer on Flipgrid so I can hear them. Pizza is very good. Fact or an opinion? Okay? I'm looking very forward to hearing whether you believe pizza is very good, or if you're understanding pizza is very good. Is it a fact? That means everybody believes it. Every person believes that pizza is good. Or very good, I should say. Or is that your opinion? Pizza's very good, but other people might think differently. All right, I'm looking forward to hearing them. Great job, friends.